Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kylie and welcome to Moonsong Magic. In today's video we're going to be looking at how to make body butters. In the previous video we looked at lotions and what is the difference between a lotion and a body butter. Well, a lotion has got a very quick absorption rate into the skin and it's usually quite light and fluffy and absorbs well, where a body butter has got that thick and luxurious consistency. It's a lot oilier than a regular lotion. In today's batch that we're going to be making, I'm going to be using cocoa butter. Now, you don't have to just use cocoa butter. You can use mango butter, shea butter, even coconut oil if that's what you prefer. But I enjoy the cocoa butter. The ratio of making your body butter is to use 50% oil product and 50% of your water, right? Same thing is going to apply. You need to have a little bit of emulsifying wax. You're going to have to add a preservative because it's got water in the product, and you can also spice it up with whatever essential oils that you think is going to suit your needs. Okay, so as always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'm new here, so I'd love to get to know you, and let's carry on watching and learn how to make your body butters. So we start off with all of our ingredients laid out in front of us, all measured out before we get started. So starting from this side, over here we've got cocoa butter, which is going to form part of our oil-based product. It is a fantastic ingredient that is very, very luxurious and seems to turn into the most exquisite butter. There's about 25 grams in this container. And with a butter, we have to have the same portion in water. So I've got 25 grams of water. As you can see, I've measured in weight. Okay, so they weigh the same. Then I've got about 6 grams of emulsifying wax to help the two come back together, to mix the oil and water. In here, I have got my vitamin E and preservative measured out. It's a small amount, so I've got to put it in a special container. Hydrolyzed silk protein, you saw this in the previous video. This is very moisturizing and excellent for your skin. So we're going to pop that into the water phase. And then here is my blend of essential oils. I've got rosehip in there, I have got cedarwood, and I have lavender in there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off with putting the cocoa butter and the emulsifying wax together, as well as putting the water into a water bath so that we can start melting, and then so doing the water phase, the oil phase, and then we're going to do the cool down phase thereafter. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the water bath is prepared. We're just going to apply the heat. There we have it. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the water as it is into the water bath. Okay, fantastic. And then I'm going to take the cocoa butter and add it into an empty container like so. All right. And then the emulsifying wax as well. All right, so all I have to do now is wait for this to heat up, and I'm going to wait for this one to melt, and then I'll be right back. All right, as you can see, the products have beautifully started to melt together. So if I can show you here, that is almost completely melted down. And what I'm going to add now to the water phase over here is the hydrolyzed silk protein, because the water is now hot enough to, oopsie, I lost some. It's now hot enough to help me dissolve the hydrolyzed silk protein. So let's go ahead and give that a stir, right, until it's fully incorporated. Right, now that has happened, and during that time, this has also completely melted together, so I can pop the water into the oil phase. All right, be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I've removed the mixture from the heat, and as you can see, it's already starting to cool down, and it'll start thickening as it cools down. And as usual, I have already prepared an ice bath to help with the cool down process, because sometimes I can be a little bit impatient. But while this is at a decent temperature, in fact, I'm going to pop this in salon already. All right, so while it is cooling down, I'm going to straight away add in my vitamin E and preservative. All right, so you always got to You've always got to wait until your mixture has cooled down to approximately, I would say, 40 degrees Celsius before you add your delicate products in. I'm just going to mix it in there. All right, and then my essential oils is going to go in there as well. Okay, and you're just going to mix. All right, so I'm going to continue to just play around with it and continue to mix it up. And then when it starts to show signs of thickening, I will be right back. All right, so it's already starting to thicken up quite beautifully, but it's not quite there yet. I need it to thicken up quite a lot more until I'm happy with it being a bit of a body butter consistency. And just now, I'll bring out the lotion so you guys can have a comparison as to how the lotion is versus the body butter. Look there. Do you see already it's getting nice and delicious and creamy and thick. In fact, I'm going to go get my whisk and I'm going to whisk this up a little bit. Okay, I'll be right back. Look at that. I need to get a smaller whisk, I think. All right. Take it out of the ice bath because I think it's cooled down enough now. But let's just continue to whisk it up there. Look at that, looking absolutely delicious. Okay, I think we're there. All right, so let's go ahead and start looking at your containers. All right, I'm just going to let it sit for a little while longer, and then I'm going to pop it into one of my white containers. Okay, I'll be back when we're ready to do that section. All right, so now the body butter is ready, and I'm going to attempt to pop it into its container quickly for you guys. So just using my new mini spatula, because I tend to get a little bit messy when it comes to this part. And this recipe has made about 100 grams, so that should fit into this container quite nicely. And oh my goodness, it looks and feels absolutely luxurious, and it is looks good enough to eat, to be very honest. And let me go get my lotion for you so we can do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so here for the final verdict, I have up here a store-bought shea butter. Okay, and this is my cocoa body butter, and this here is my lotion that I made for you in my last video. Now, as you can remember, the lotion is nice and soft, and when it goes into the skin, it is a very light distribution. In other words, it absorbs very quickly. It's got a very fast absorption rate. I'll just zoom in there a little bit. Okay, so that is the cream. All right, the body butter, as you can see straight away, is a lot thicker. All right, so it's going to be a lot more luxurious, and it's going to take a little more to absorb into the skin. But this is more for like body butters. You want to have a bit of a better treatment, and you want to have some serious moisturizing action on your skin. And then this is the store-bought shea butter. Okay, and as you can see, it's got the very same consistency. It's nice. This one's a little bit oilier than the one that I have created, and I actually don't like the excessively oily, tacky feeling, where I find when you make it yourself with these ratios, it's a lot more, I don't know, it's just more pleasant on the skin, in my opinion. Some people like the oily feeling, but I don't like it to be too oily. Okay, and there you go. So there are my two products, my lotion, my lotion and my body butter. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've learned something. If you didn't watch the previous video on lotions, please don't forget to go have a look so you can see what the basics are, go through all the steps in a tiny bit more detail. And you also notice that the difference between the two, there's not too much difference except for ingredients in terms of using the cocoa butter and the water and oil ratio. Right, so thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Take care.